I thought I should make a video about why I make so many videos about war hoaxing. So I hope to just talk to you in a very casual way in this video. Are you aware that about 92% of the history of the United States involves war? In a similar way, about 92% of all of history, not just U.S. history, involves war. So if that is true, what it means is that about 92% of your existence on this earth will have some brush with war or some connection to a war, whether that war is local or far overseas. It doesn't matter. War is the dominant theme in history. So I think it is appropriate to at least question, is this really true that human beings on this earth want to spend 92% of their history being connected with, involved with, or talking about, or reading about, or watching about a war? Now, the next reason why I film a lot of videos about war is because war is the primary gear in all economies, in particular the Western world economies. Now, I identified the war cycle in my very first video. In fact, on this channel, War Backwards is Raw, it is my very first video. It's called The 80-Year War Cycle, where I will show you that every 80 years a war emerges for the United States. Now, others have asked questions about what about other wars that don't fit into that. Well, I tried to answer that in some other videos that I've done as to how they do fit in to the whole concept of war as a cycle. But there's two other cycles that go with it. And that is the corporation cycle, the United States as a corporation, along with the cycle of creating a constitution for the corporation. There have been several constitutions of the United States, which are essentially documents that outline the purpose and the performance of the corporation called the United States of America. So these three gears work together intricately, a lot like an old wind-up pocket watch with gears on the inside. So if you can understand the central gear, which is war, then you will have some good knowledge of how economies work. And primarily, the purpose of war is, first of all, to get people rich, to get corporations rich and richer. And secondarily, it's to create a debt for the corporation and then impose that debt on the smaller components of the corporation. And the smaller components of the corporation is your name in capital letters. You are a corpse with an oration. And the debt that has been taken out by war is placed on the heads of the individuals alive in the big corporation, the United States of America. In a way, we're all members of this large corporation. And any debt for any war goes onto your head. So, for example, at my age, in my generation, I might be paying for the Second World War and the Korean War because of those debts. Now, the reason why there have been more wars is because the population has grown. And with a growing population, you need to, by the way, I think Charles de Gaulle is, oh goodness. I'll get back to that in a minute. Anyhow, if you can see that war is fake, then you can uncover all the other fakes and tricks and illusions that they pull on you. This is the major one. I'm confident that I can basically uncover anything now because I have been able to uncover the major one, which is war. By the way, I was thinking of Mickey Rooney. Believe it or not, Charles de Gaulle is Mickey Rooney, and he wears stilts or elevated boots. I did a video on that. You can go to my other channel, Who is Who in Hoaxology. Who is Who in Hoaxology. Anytime I make statements like FDR was Mayor LaGuardia, okay? So you can go to my other channel there and you can find some things there that you're not going to find on this channel. I do try to save that channel for pulling the mask off the faces of these liars. Now, if you can understand that war is a hoax, you can bust any hoax at any time because you know that the major thing that preoccupies people's minds and history itself is war, that it is a hoax. Therefore, all the other moderate hoaxes and minor hoaxes can be uncovered. That is why I entitled my channel War Backwards is Raw, R-A. By the way, I identified Churchill as well. He's a British actor. He's from that show, Have You Been Served? And anyhow, that's why I do a lot of war videos, is because if you can get deep in your mind that war is a hoax, no matter what comes at you, you'll be able to handle it. And for some reason, it seems to be my specialty. I've covered other topics in my other channels, and I'm not afraid to cover other topics. But this one's rather easy for me, And I enjoy doing it because I know it's a major portion of history itself, and indeed, it is a major portion of your life because it's around you, and it will be around you approximately 92% of your walk here on this earth. Now, I'm not saying the war will be in your backyard. I'm not saying that you're necessarily going to war, but what I'm saying is 92% of your existence on this earth, somewhere there's a war going on, and it'll come before your eyes and in your mind. That's why I do a lot of videos on war, but I'm capable of doing videos on other subjects as well. By the way, if you have a subject, let me know, and I'll be glad to take it on. Thank you for listening to me, and thank you very much if you got the end of this video.